Hi there guys, I hope you've had a fantastic day. My name's Chris Smith. Welcome to day 19 of my saxophone journey. So I've been learning to play the saxophone now for 19 days. And today I had a little bit of a kind of, one of these aha moments to do with how I, and I'm guessing others as well, kind of learn a tune, learn a song. So I'll kind of explain what I do and one particular thing that happened to me. So typically when I'm trying to learn a new tune, first off, I kind of want to make sure that I know the tune just in my mind. So that's easy for me at the moment because I'm only trying to learn songs that I know. So happy birthday to you, or whatever it might be. So as long as I can go la da 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 in my mind, then at least I know what it's supposed to sound like. So that's kind of the first stage. Then I'll get some music. So I'll read the sheet music of the tune, and I'm kind of playing along as I'm reading the notes and looking at it. So that's the second stage. So I get to know kind of the different notes in the song. And then once I've kind of got to the point where I can just about play that without mistakes, 2 or 3 times, I'll then try and play that from memory. And when I'm playing it at that point, I'm kind of remembering what the notes were. So A, B, C, D, or A, B, C, D, or whatever it might be. And I'm kind of thinking, each time I'm thinking of a note, I'm thinking, okay, so an A, I need these fingers, B, I need those fingers. So I'm kind of, this is all kind of going on while I'm trying to play it. And then what I find is, after I've done that a few times, so I can play it from memory, thinking what the letters of the note should be, I then start to notice the patterns that your fingers take. And that's a really interesting step because, excuse me, just grab a swig of water. When you're doing that, you kind of don't need to remember what the notes are for a song. You're kind of just remembering patterns that your fingers do this and then they do that, and then just after that they then do that, and that's starting to become easier to learn because you kind of recognise 2 or 3 or 4 notes in advance without having to think, oh no, what were the letters associated with those. And then finally, and this is just something that happened to me today, and it only happened once, and it kind of hasn't happened since then, but I kind of feel like it's a really useful thing that happened. Basically, I was kind of playing one of my songs. I kind of got to the point where I can't remember what the pattern was, and I couldn't remember what the letters were of the notes I was supposed to be playing. But what I did was that I kind of, because I knew what it should sound like, because I knew the song, I kind of worked out just by thinking, okay, so that's a bit lower than that, and then that one's a little bit more lower. So it was almost as if my fingers were just saying, okay, so 2 notes lower, and then 1 higher, and then 3 lower, and then 2 higher. Almost as if, even though I didn't know what it was, I was able to work it out on the fly, just from knowing what it should sound like and kind of trying to work out what my fingers should do. And I was surprised how kind of quickly it then the tune flowed along. As I say, it kind of, that happened once, and then ever since then I kind of I'll try that again. It takes me 2 or 3 or 4 attempts before I get the right note, but I can kind of sense that obviously that's a skill that's really worth developing. So anyway, that was what I do. So as I said, it's kind of those 5 stages there. So if you're a beginner saxophone player like me, I hope you found that useful. If you're an experienced player, I'd love to hear kind of what are the stages you go through when you're learning a new song. Do you kind of have 5 stages, or do you kind of skip 2 or 3 of those because of your experience, because of you kind of know, so you've done it so often you can kind of skip from knowing the song straight to playing it by ear or something like that. So would love to hear you from that. Anyway, what I'm going to try and attempt now, after all that waffling on, is there's 3 songs that I've been learning so far, and one of the things I've been very conscious of is I kind of learn a song by reading the music, and then I'll play it to you from the music, I'll play it from memory, and then I think, okay, I've kind of got that one fairly close, and then I move on to another song, and I'll kind of play that one for you from the music, play that from memory maybe a couple of times, and then I think, okay, got that one, move on to the next song. And what I wasn't sure of is what's happening to the songs that I had learned and that I'm not now kind of concentrating on, because obviously if I have to keep going back to playing those songs over and over again to keep them in my memory, eventually you're going to get to the point where you know so many songs you can't possibly play them all in order to remember them. So I was just curious to know kind of what happens to that, the muscle memory in the brain when you haven't practiced a song for a while. So just today, I kind of went back over the couple of songs that I've been learning recently, as well as the most recent one, just to see kind of how long it took me to get back to be able to playing it again. And I was surprised how quickly it was. You know, given that I've got very little kind of muscle memory, my fingers don't really know the patterns yet, so it's a very slow process for me. I was quite surprised how quickly it went. Anyway, so what I'm going to attempt is to play the 3 songs from memory, one after the other, and see how that goes. Okay. And hopefully they're still recognisable for you. Oh, excuse me. So that was Happy Birthday, just about. So next song, get into my head again. So again, just about recognisable as When the Saints Go Marching In. And then my last one. So another very messy one there, that was Ain't No Sunshine by Bill Withers. So each of those individually was very messy, but I kind of felt that I'm making some progress in just being able to play 3 songs from memory, one after the other. Obviously they need a bit more work to get them fluent, but it's really interesting. I'm finding it fascinating the way that kind of the memory works with remembering different ways of, or kind of having different ways to remember how to play a song. Anyway guys, I hope you found that really useful. I've had a fantastic day today trying to working all that out in my mind. See you soon for day number 20. Bye for now.